Good morning, everyone. Today's practical topic is vegetative propagation techniques, natural and artificial. Vegetative propagation or vegetative reproduction is the process of multiplication in which a portion of fragment of the plant body functions as propagates and develops into a new individual. Some plants are able to multiply by vegetative methods, which involve production of new plants without the act of fertilization or sexual union. Asexual or vegetative propagation of plants is the form of plant propagation in which the new individual arises from any vegetative part of the parent, root, stem, leaf, etc., and possesses some exactly the same characteristics of the parent plant from which it was sampled. Stem, stolon or runners. Stem, stolon or runners are horizontal stems that grow above the ground. As in the case of strawberries, tiny plantlets form along the stolon and roots from where they touch the ground. When the connection with the parent plant breaks, the new plant becomes independent. In case of strawberry, origination of shoots from the leaf bases, and finally it creeps on the ground where there is an internode, from where generally root strikes, and so many plants becomes individual. Now second is a root tubers. Tuberous roots are swollen portion of an underground stem that store food. Axillary buds, commonly known as eyes, form over the surface of the tuber and produce shoots that grow into a new plant the following year. You see in the diagram, stem runner grows out from bud at the base of the main stem, and it crawls over the ground surface area where there is a internode. From node, it generally strikes roots and develops an individual plant. You see more detailed in this diagram how rooting takes place at the node places. Now see tuberous roots, old stem, new shoot, buds, swollen root, tubers. Leaves. Some plants like begonia, streptocarpus, bryophyllum produce adventitious buds on their leaves. As such leaves have foliar embryos in them at each and every nodes or margins, and as and when a leaf goes to senescent stage, they generally strike roots and develop in so many individual plants. Nose margins of succulent leaves bear adventitious roots that grow into new plants when the leaves falls onto the soil. Now you see the bulbs. Bulbs such as daffodils form lateral buds from the base of the mother bulb, which produce new smaller bulbs or bulbils in subsequent years. You see the parts of bulbs: scaly leaves, leaves swollen with food, apical bud with young flower, lateral buds, reduced stem, and roots. Vegetative propagation techniques, artificial. Now we discuss artificial vegetative techniques. Artificial propagation is the renewal of a forest crop by sowing, planting, or other artificial methods. It is also called plantation in another term, which is defined as a forest crop raised artificially either by sowing or planting. A term wilding, which is defined as a natural seedling used in forest planting. Generally, in case of wilding, fallen seeds in and around the trees, they germinate and develops saplings. Such saplings should be lifted out and planted where there is a need. This is called wilding. Now cutting propagation. A cutting is one of the simplest method of propagation. In case of cutting is a piece that has been cut off from the mother plant which grows into a whole plant. Often this involves a piece of stem that is treated with growth promoting substances, that is root promoting substances, to encourage new roots to form before planting. Sometimes root cuttings with buds on them will produce new shoots when pressed directly into the soil. You see the cutting propagation. In case of cutting, generally piece of stem is excised from the parent plant, and such excised shoots should be planted in the rooting medium with treatment of certain growth promoting substances, that is root promoting, and they initiate root in them at the basal portion and becomes an individual plants. You see the how to cut the stem cuttings from the parent plant. Should be cut slant, in slant fashion, parent plant, and then cutting, and now this cutting is planted in a rooting medium. Rooting medium generally contains sand, soil or compost. Grafting. This method involves joining a stem piece grafted onto the stem of a plant that has roots. The stem piece or bud is called the cyme, and the plant with roots is called the rootstock. Grafting is commonly used to produce fruit trees, sometimes with more than one variety of the same fruit species growing from the same stem. You see the parent plant, a small root system, undesirable trait used as root stalks, and large root system, desirable trait, small flowers, undesirable trait. The new plant has both of the desirable features. That is, rootstock has a desirable feature, that is, its anchoring properties to the soils is very good, and it also bears high wind velocities, and such rootstocks roots are very good for absorbing the water and mineral nutrients from the soils, even in calcareous soils. And sign which is desirable in different traits, that is quality, high yielding, disease resistance, so many parameters generally used for selecting the parent plant. And we generally excise stem pieces from the parent plant, and it is implanted over the root stalks. Now this technique again after union develops new individuals containing two types of part, that is root stalk part as well as cyme stalk parts. Root stalk is that portion of a plant which gives root system as well as basal trunk to the composite plant, whereas cyme gives aerial portion of the plant, that is some stem, branches, leaves, fruits and flowers, like that. So this is grafting. Now we discuss budding. Before discussing budding and grafting, the difference between budding and grafting you should know. Grafting is a technique in which we generally used a stick containing more than one bud for implanting over the root stalks. Such technique is known as grafting, but it requires root stock as well as cyme materials. In case of budding, we require cyme as well as root stocks, but the difference is only in case of budding we utilize a single bud for implanting over the root stocks. Such technique is known as budding, and there is no other difference in case of budding and grafting. Budding, in this method, a bud with a small portion of surrounding bark is taken from the stem of a desired plant and inserted into the small slit made in the bark of stalk. Both are tied together and not allowed to die. Buds of stalk are not permitted to sprout. This method is widely practiced in rose, plums, etc. Development of shoots on the root stock should not be encouraged, as when they develop they should be removed off. You see the technique of propagation, how incision prepared over the stalk and how bud is prepared, and after implanting over the root stock you see in the diagram. Now we discuss layering. Before discussing layering, we should know the difference between layering and cuttings. In case of cutting, we generally excise a shoot from the parent plant, and such excised shoots should be planted in the rooting media for development of roots. But in case of layering, we generally select the stem pieces, yeah, stems over the parent plant, and they should be rooted first, and then they should be excised or cut from the parent plant. The difference in cutting and layering is only in case of layering, we first develop roots in the selected stems. It is still attached to the parent plant. Then it is separated from the parent plant when rooting is completed. But in case of cutting, we first cut the stems, that is without development of roots. The difference is this. Layering, in this method, stem branch chosen for propagation layer remains attached to parent till it has produced adventitious roots. In ground layering, stem is capable of bending halves and the selected branch is bent down to the soil. Portion touching the soil is cleared of leaves. An injury is made on it by cutting a shallow ring around ringing or by giving an oblique upward cut on the bent portion of the layer at the node, tinging, or by giving a V-shaped cut at the lower side of the bent portion of layer, notching. Injured parts can be treated with auxins to stimulate formation of adventitious roots. In air layering, bark of chosen branch is cut by girdling or ringing near the base. This injury initiates root formation. The cut area is treated with root promoting substances like auxins. Then a ball of sphagnum mass is placed around the cut portion. It is kept moist and enclosed in a polythene bag. You see the ground layering plant, and from parent plant branch is bent to the ground level and it is pegged so that it will not come in the original fashion, and it generally strike roots from the node places. You see the ready plant, and now this is separated from the parent plant to develop an individual plant. When the roots appear, the stem is cut below the level of roots and planted. This method is also popularly called guti. A longitudinal cut can also be made in branch and wet moss can be placed under the flap. This method of artificial vegetative propagation is widely used in plants like lychee, citrus, pomegranate, guava, etc. Thank you for patience sharing.